Hey, what's going on, traders? We're looking at PTPI. It's actually still going right now. I'm kind of interested to see how this plays out. We might catch some stuff live here. Really interested to see what happens. So, if you don't know, this is pre-market high right here. And we got that because it is the highest trade of pre-market. So, the top of this candle. And if you see this, you actually come up here and you see these uh, what is it at? OHLC numbers. So open, high, low, close. That's what it means. On the green candles, they open below the close, and so that means that it went up. And then you have the highest point of the trade, which is the top of the candle wick, and the lowest point of the trade, which is the bottom of the candle wick. So something like that. So the low of this is 343. And so if you don't know where you got that, I just took the OHLC numbers, the L at this time, 343. So we're looking for the highest candle in pre-market, and that's 409. Do y'all notice anything interesting with that level? Or right at open, right? Explodes, try to touch it. When it doesn't do it, it fades back, finds a little support around the VWAP, builds from there, doesn't quite take it, starts falling, collapses around the VWAP, ends up failing, comes down to the 200, bounces off the 200. This is a really good spot for a trade, by the way. Obviously, this one did pan out. They don't always pan out, but the risk here is kind of nice. Now, I didn't point at the green arrow. See, sometimes people are so focused on the green arrow. Let's zoom in a little bit on that. So why don't I like this? Because we're still below the 55. Once we get above the 55 and we see positive lowers, then this time frame I really like an entry on that. But we got to keep going. So we had the touch earlier, and check out this 414 level. Now we've talked about it a few times. This is the we'll go into it again. Checking out the daily. So what does the daily mean? Each candle is 1 day. Now keep in mind, this doesn't include the pre-market and after hours trades. And so here we have on 11/29, the average price paid when you weigh the volume was 414. So there's a lot of people that could still be at that level. So that's interesting. Carrying on. So we have a touch there. We have a few touches here. This is really interesting. I would say that's really close to it. I would say that's in there. Hits it, fails, finds some support around the 21. Does touch the 34, but tries it again. And then, I mean, you thought by now, you're underway to $5. Pulls back. And so once it pulled back below that level, that should have been something really interesting. And so starts failing. We get the purple arrow, pink arrow, magenta. I don't know. I'm part colorblind. No. So what we're looking at is we're seeing the failure around there. We see a nice red candle. But then again, by then you should have been considering your lowers. So strong momentum, pulls back, finds some support, tries it again, doesn't break it, tries it again, breaks it, but then fails. So that's called a failed breakout. That failed breakout, this small of TTM, I mean, and then with this candle, this one didn't break it. I mean, that should have been game over. So just give you an idea, you'd be looking around 350s to 4, maybe you got the 409 number, but probably 40 to 50 cent move. That's half your day right there. Then comes back, hits the VWAP a couple times, touch. Another green arrow, positive. And so maybe you tried to take this one. Maybe you thought that was going to go back and break it. I understand if you did. If you got a good entry, then you probably got out around your exit. because it starts falling and collapsing below there. So maybe you gave back a couple cents, but you kept your risks tight. And then it dries a little bit. Um, Nothing too interesting until you get over here. So this this may have interested you, but once you see over here, now we're seeing it's actually going up above it. Now, if we hold that 414 level, we actually get a close above it. I think we will be doing pretty well. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. If we fail here, then coming back to this level would not be surprising either. Now, I think we give it a couple chances. If you had a stop loss right now, where would it be? Maybe that's the kind of questions you're asking yourself right now. Seeing a lot of support right here. So maybe you risk 10, 15 cents. Something like that. Now, if you got a good entry, if you got down in here, maybe you got a 395 entry, a little late to the game, but let's say worst case scenario, if you will. Then you set a 395 stop loss, and you're risking nothing now, and you're still in the trade. So 418, want to see that go past it. See, these videos are kind of fun because it's actually, I know it plays back later, but I'm watching this live right now. So we got a new high of the day. We get a new high of the day. I'm going to back it out a little bit. Do 30 minutes. So we were at a 520 level. Maybe we go back to that. Maybe there's still $1. Maybe there's still $1 out there. 520 is the high. That might be a little aggressive to think, but I don't know. Seeing this right here, I'm seeing a couple touches right along in here. That's real close to that 450 level. 425 is going to be a resistance. Maybe it bounces off of that. I'm interested to see how this plays out, though. But well, I got to put updates in the group, so I'm going to stop recording for that and head over there and do that. But keep in mind the times. I hope you all actually go back and look at this play. I wonder if I was right. I wonder if it did touch that 450, 475, 5 level. It'd be interesting. If I had to guess, I would assume that it's going to come back to the 414 level a little bit, touch there, and I would guess that it goes up, but you really just kind of got to react to this. If you just assume one way or the other, your bias is going to get in the way, and you're going to start messing up your risk. So, best of luck, all. Take care. Have a great day.